All right, welcome everybody. I'm just going to bring up our group so I can just make sure we're live and good to go.
Awesome.
Well, okay, we'll give it a minute, but we'll talk. So, welcome to Her and Her Light event in Boss Babe. Share your business, learn and teach. This has been so much fun to just bring forward entrepreneurs that I'm inspired by daily, who just share their truth authentically and stay aligned in their business. And obviously, we all have our days, but they just shine so bright and just have such wonderful, beautiful souls. So in this event, we're talking about authenticity, how to stay centered, and how to shine your light bright. Today we have Anna here speaking with us. Thank you so much for being in here. She's always laughing and smiling and brightens my day. So I was like, she'll be perfect. I'd love to have her as a part of this event. So Anna, do you mind introducing yourself and a little bit about what you do?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's a
Yeah.
blast. It's an honor to have been invited. I'm just so excited. So, hi, everyone. My name is Anna Patricia. I'm a certified business coach, and I help ambitious women gain clarity in their purpose, get confidence, and really start and grow an online business that represents them, that is authentic to them. And my goal is really to help these women sign more clients through the power of social media, personal branding, and mindset so that they can reach their first 5K month.
5K month. Awesome. That's beautiful. And I can feel your confidence in it. So, how did you start this journey, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this has been a long journey.
Yeah.
So what happened is I've always worked in digital marketing. So I was a social media manager. I worked with brands, growing followings and all sorts of things. But I always find that something was missing. There was like a piece in the puzzle that was missing for me. And it was that relationship, that one-on-one coaching that I knew. Like I didn't know it was called coaching at the time, but I knew
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to help people on a personal level. I wanted to help people on personal development, mindset, and just like helping people succeed. Like that's always been like a passion of mine. So one day I just went on Google. I'm like, okay, like I'm just type like, how can I help people? Like what can I do? Right.
Yeah.
And this coaching school, it just popped up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this looks so interesting. And I just didn't think twice. I just got enrolled. And I got certified last year, and then the rest is history.
That's awesome. Congratulations for getting certified. I
Thank
think for
you.
all of us, we'll all admit we needed training and to work on ourselves in order to coach. So,
Exactly.
through this whole process, like, has it been easy? Did you have to look at yourself a whole bunch? How did you get through those moments to get where you are now?
Yeah. So yeah, it hasn't been easy. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie and
Same
say that.
here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie and say that entrepreneurship is something that is easy because it's not, right? We have to work on ourselves, do their inner work, but it's also looking at it as a way of giving value. We're here to give value. We're here to make an impact. We're here to make a difference. And when we're authentic and we show up and we show people that we care about them, and we release this pressure that it's about us. It's not about us, right? It's never about us.
Yeah.
It's about our client, our audience, who we're helping, right? And it's always reminding ourselves of that, reminding ourselves that we have the power to make a change in people's lives, to be this light, to be this person who is going to guide them through their journey. So when you look at it that way and you remind yourself of your mission, your why, it just becomes so much more easier because you know you're here to make a difference. So I think that's the powerful message here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that, yeah, just being on this mission, this journey has taught me so much. And yeah, I feel like when people know you care about them, then it makes all the difference in the world. Even if it's like this minor tweak or shift in perspective that they get from watching your content, it's all that matters, right?
Yeah. That's how I am too. I definitely tend to be the type who gives just to let people know that they're supported and I'm here for them. So I'm happy to hear that works for you too, because that's definitely who I am as well. And
Awesome.
so what would you say, one of my questions was if your essence, like, had a I know mm, there's all sides to us, but for you, if you had something that described your essence that you go back to, like mine would be kindness, or like I tend to be a platform that to help people grow off of. Like, what word or words do you feel describes like who you are and why you're here?
Oh my gosh, this is such a hard question. I can think of a million words.
You can say a billion words. I don't wanna put anyone in a box ever.
I would say powerful because I want to
Ooh,
remind women how powerful they are, how worthy they are, how strong they are, and how they can accomplish anything. And anything is possible, right?
yeah.
So yeah, I would say powerful is like a really good
Wow.
word.
I see that because you bring it every day. I see you on live, I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch, like, this girl's on fire, so good for
Thank you
you."
so much.
Of course, that's a great word. And what do you like to talk about the most in your lives, would you say?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things. I think one of the things that come up the most is mindset and like
Mhm.
how having this growth mindset and how approaching things and seeing things in this perspective, this different light and always working on ourselves and how we can learn from our mistakes and learn from our experiences and always get better.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, just reminding yourself of like you're here for a purpose. You have purpose, and to always follow that inner voice that says that, look, like I want you to understand that that inner voice is there for a reason and to listen to it. And also in my content, I like to speak about my own experiences and my own stories
Yeah.
because people like and they relate to stories as well. So
Yes.
it's like mixing it up and showing all these different facets.
Yeah, that makes sense, definitely. Do you have a story for us? I don't wanna put you on the spot, but that, like, you might have had to listen to your inner voice. I can talk first just to give you a moment to think. But for me, for this group, a lot of people said building a free group is a waste of time, a waste of your money, a waste of everything. And for me, it was the most wonderful, joyful, propelling thing I could do. And it took me like 7 years to actually say, "You know what? Forget it." I was trying and experimenting. I was still learning a lot about myself, but, past
Mhm.
a point with, working a 9 to 5 job and everything, I was just like, "I'm just doing it. I can't stand this anymore. I just wanna have fun with people and connect." So for you, like, what when was it that you really had to listen to yourself, or how do you listen to yourself when we're in a world of a lot of things going on? What do you do?
Oh my gosh. um, I honestly, at the beginning, I was so like in the scarcity mode. So I was like, oh my gosh, where I'm gonna find this next client? How am I gonna make
Yeah.
money? I was freaking out because I wanted this so bad. I wanted to leave
Yeah.
my job so bad.
I
And I was
get it.
always like stressed out, worried. And what I guess what I'm trying to say is when you accept your situation, when you realize that you have power over your own emotions, over your own thoughts,
Mm.
and that you can choose to create your own reality and you can choose to live in abundance and be grateful, then
Yeah.
everything starts shifting, everything starts like making sense and everything starts coming together. So I would say one of the biggest stories that I like to share is this, is like flipping the script and telling yourself, today I'm abundant, I'm attracting ideal clients to me every single day. What I do matters. People need to hear my story. People need to read my content. They need to join my Facebook group because what I do is amazing, right? So when you shift this script, it just becomes so much more easier and you're more in flow with things. And things start happening when you less expect it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So for a lot of women watching, obviously we're all boss babes on some level. So some women can start to feel competitive, but like you're saying, if you rise above it and just love what you're doing, you'll just naturally start to attract everything. if they don't feel powerful without giving your program or what you do away, like what advice do you have for someone who feels like they're in a sea of women and, they
Mm.
have this thing to share, but maybe they're nervous? What do you recommend?
So I would recommend reminding yourself that you are unique. You have a unique personality. You have a unique experience, background, and what you have to share matters. Like everyone has different stories, and
Yeah,
people need to hear your story because everyone can learn from it. Everyone can get some shifts from it. So don't be afraid to go out there and share it and see what happens. See how many people you can impact because you never know what might happen if you don't try, right? If you don't take the first step and you take action.
yeah. I love that. That's really strong. So for your program, obviously you have this confidence, this power, you empower women. So what do you do and where do people usually start and where do you get them?
Awesome. So my clients usually come to me when either they're stuck in how to implement a step-by-step system to generate client consistently, or they do have a system but there's still like some tweaks that needs to be made, some shift that needs to be tweaked. So it really depends on, like, each client is different, so it's
Yeah.
really personalized for each client. And where I help them go is getting this clarity around their ideal
Mm,
client, their niche, their messaging, what to say in their content, how to say it, how to approach it, their mindset, their pricing, their packages, like all of this. This is a huge question that I get often. Like, how should I charge for my program or my services?
yeah.
I'm not sure. And also all these mindset blocks of like, but what if I show up and I get crickets? What if nobody buys my stuff? So it's a lot of mindset inner work, but it's also a lot of strategy and systems that is personalized to your own unique business that makes sense to you and that you're fired up about, because you need to be so excited about your own programs, what you do, to be able to sell it easier and just flows easier. So at the end of the program, you will get all of this and you will hit your first 5K month.
I love
I
that.
actually just worked with one of my clients. She came to me. She had trouble pricing her services, and we really dig in deep. We did this inner work, and she was able to sell her first 5K branding package like this, you know?
Wow.
So that was amazing.
That is amazing. That's a huge testimonial to your work. That's
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah. I was just so happy for her.
That's amazing. Yeah, I do. I completely agree with you that you need this system, but the belief has to be there. You could have the most fabulous system, and if your mind's a little off, that somehow projects outward and people feel it. So you're right. Getting that confidence down is good. And honestly, for anyone watching, for me, confidence has slowly come from just messing up here and there. And like you said, keep taking actions. Even if you feel like you didn't do a great job, you'll do better next time. Like, so what I always tell people is just have fun, and it seems like that's exactly what you're doing.
Yes, yes. And it's
Yeah,
such incredible like transformations. And I just get goosebumps when I think about it, because
yeah,
sometimes it's just implementing these little tweaks, these shifts, or changing your strategy and doing some things different and just approaching it differently. And then it makes all the difference.
all the difference.
So it's just amazing.
That is amazing. So for anyone watching, we're happy to answer questions. So if anyone has any questions, please go ahead. Whether it's like how to boost your confidence, like what's some good questions that people could ask today that you'll respond to later, for the replay and everything.
So can you see the questions right now? Because I cannot see anything.
Yeah, let's see. We got some hellos.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, yeah, and some love. Yeah, so what type of questions would be good to ask you in regards to your program, whether it's belief or, you know, things people could work on?
Oh my gosh, there's just so many questions that I get. One of them is how to get over the fear of selling. Because I know this is a big thing with a lot of entrepreneurs. When they're first starting, they're like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to be salesy or icky. I don't want to come across as like promoting in groups, or, it's like it always like feels icky when we talk about sales. And the thing I want to say about that is that you have to remind yourself that it's not about you first. Remove the pressure of yourself. In a sales conversation, you're there to hold space for that person. And that person has a vision, they have goals, and you're there to hold that space and tell them, look, I have this solution for you. Would this be something that you might be interested in? So the whole purpose of a sales call is just to see if they're a good fit to work with you. And then it's up to them to choose. And we're not here to push anyone. We're not here to convince anyone. We're just here to hold this space and let them know we're here for them. So when we shift this narrative of like, oh my gosh, I'm salesy, I'm icky, I don't want to sell, I don't like selling, to like, I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to hold this space. I'm here to support you, guide you through your journey. It becomes so much more easier.
That makes sense. That's really powerful too. I think powerful was a good word. Thank you. That's amazing. So cool. So I know you have a challenge coming up. Will you tell us a little bit more about that and what to expect?
Yes. So excited about it. I'm actually hosting a free 3-day challenge in my Facebook group, Corporate Women Starting Online Businesses. It's going to be held on September 7th, 8th, and 9th. So the challenge is about visibility, because that's a big topic in my program as well that we cover. And I'm going to show you exactly how to implement this mindset of how to get visible and being confident, and why it's important to you and why we're doing this. So reminding yourself of that. And also we're going to talk about how to show up live, how to create content that is highly converting, and how to optimize our profiles, because we have 3 seconds to make an impression, right?
Yeah.
So it's so important that our profiles are optimized and that people can get in and say, okay, this is what she does. This is who she helped. This is the result she can help me with. So this is everything we're going to cover. It's going to be amazing.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's amazing. So tell me the name again, business.
So it's the my Facebook group.
Oh, sorry, your challenge.
So it's a 3-day visibility challenge.
Okay, and then your Facebook group name, just so we get it.
Yeah, it's Corporate Women Starting Online Businesses.
Nice. So are you targeting women who have come from the corporate world? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Can you tell me more about that and what drew you to corporate women?
Yeah, so I was one of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I felt like stuck in a job. I was miserable. I was unhappy. I always knew I wanted more. And I knew I was destined for more. And I know that so many women online right now during COVID are like, how can I start a business online?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of women have lost their jobs, or, because of COVID and this whole situation. And I just felt compelled to target them, because I know how important it is for them to really live off their passion as well. And life is too short to be miserable every single day, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there to help them find this business idea if they need to. I'm here for them, right? So this is why I call my group that way, because I felt like I could relate a lot since I was there. And like, it's just been a few months now that I'm full time in my business. So it's like changing so rapidly.
Yeah. That's great. That's fantastic, though. It's a huge tribute to you and what you're doing. And yeah. So for women who are coming from the corporate world, like you said, they may not know where to start. They may not even know what topic. So maybe to help them feel a little more confident, for anyone watching to reach out to you, how could they find a topic that that maybe they do a lot of things really well? How can they zone in on a topic and then potentially work with you, to do it, to succeed?
Yeah, awesome. So what I love to say about this is really making a list of all your experiences, all your background, all the work you've done, all the jobs you've had, and then making a list of everything you're passionate about, everything that excites you, everything that wakes you up in the middle of the night that you think about. You're like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. And then cross-firing them. So looking for a way to see how we can mash up these two together and create an online business from it. And you can basically create any type of service online related to your experience and your passion. So
Mm,
what I did, my background is social media marketing, right? But I was passionate about helping people.
yeah,
So coaching was natural for me. It was natural to help women get on social media and make money, right? So what's natural for you? What comes up for you? What can you think about? Like what your experiences and what you're passionate about? How can you fire it up together and find a crossroads between the two and create a business out of it?
that's stunning. And then, so once they have that, how do you help them feel confident enough that they can take off with this? Yeah,
Yeah. So it all starts small,
yeah.
small daily
Mhm.
action steps. It all starts with putting yourself out there, telling people, look, this is what I'm up to now. And I'm fired up about this right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited. And I'm offering free sessions right now. Who wants in? And just getting those conversation in, getting the conversation flowing, seeing who you can help, what kind of value you can deliver, and collecting all this social proof, all the
Mm,
messages from people saying, oh my gosh, you're amazing. Thank you so much for this. And then starting from there, we always start small.
yeah. That's great. It's huge in confidence building. So I mean, there's always time to take leaps of faith, but man, if you have that foundation and just build, I think that's super powerful for sure. I keep saying powerful without even meaning to. That's so funny. Well, I really admire about you. Is there anything else on your heart for this group? You know, it's a big group that you would just like to share from a woman entrepreneur's heart to another woman entrepreneur's heart. Is there any,
Mm.
advice or love or support or anything, that you feel might help anyone watching?
Oh my gosh, there's just so many things I could talk about.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
comes to mind is fine.
I would say I want to talk about the number one mistake that I see
Okay.
a lot of new beginners, entrepreneurs make is they overcomplicate things and they
Mhm.
want to grow social media. They want to grow email lists. They want to grow a podcast. They want to grow a YouTube channel. And they focus on all these things, right? And it's okay, but is it going to generate a client tomorrow? So we have to ask ourselves, what can I do today? What's money making activity can I implement today to start serving people? And
Yeah.
that usually comes from showing up, delivering value, creating amazing connections, saying, hey, I saw you do this. That's amazing. Tell me more about it. Starting those conversations, right? And that's how we start generating an audience of people who is like, oh my gosh, like Jenna is amazing. I want to do
Yeah.
business with her, right? So that what I'm trying to say here is we want to do all the things. We want to be everywhere, right? But if you just focus on one platform, if you focus on one niche, if you focus on one messaging, if you focus on one program that you're selling, it all becomes so much more easier because your focus, your attention, and everything you're doing is all directly to that thing. And it's just, yeah, it becomes much more easier for you as well because you know exactly what you're doing. And I know we want to do all the things, but please think about it.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually a good message for me too. I some of the women in the chats will probably laugh, but I've actually had to go back and say, I'm really sorry. I'm extending myself so far. Here's what I can offer, and I know it's really strong because I tend to branch
Mhm.
out all the time. I love doing a million things. I don't know why, and I'm gonna honor that piece of myself, but also you can spread yourself too thin and then things start to really slow down and you're like, "Oh my gosh, that energy went too
Mhm.
wide and I need to bring it back to center." So I completely agree with you and it's a good reminder for me too, to really hone in. Yeah, that's
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So, what like type of women do you work with the most? Are they like super bold, confident women? Do you help people who are more timid a little bit in the beginning too? Do they know what they want? Are they still exploring?
Oh my
Where do
gosh,
you
I've
usually
had
start?
all types of clients, so it's really hard to answer.
Yeah.
But most of them already have an idea. They just need help with a system. They just need help with knowing exactly what to do every single day to generate an audience and generate clients. And yeah, most of them are like shy, timid. They have a lot of mindset blocks at the beginning.
Okay.
But through the program, you see the transformation of them being okay. I'm here. I show up. I'm doing this. I'm committed. Like, let's go. Like, I've already come this far to not give up right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's just incredible witnessing this transformation, and reading all these testimonials that I get. Sometimes I get like teary. I'm like, oh my
I
god.
know. Yeah, I do that too. You guys send people testimonials because it makes us cry, and I'm sure it makes you guys cry too. It's like, "Oh, all the love."
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And then what do you do to empower yourself? Like, obviously, you've come a long way to get so confident and strong. What do you do to stay centered or get to your next level? What are things you usually do?
Ugh, I try to do things that light me up. So I like to go for a walk. I like to listen to a podcast. I like to listen to music, watch my favorite TV shows, like whatever really brings me joy and brings my energy up.
Yeah.
Because one of the main thing to being an entrepreneur and doing the work day in, day out, sometimes it's not easy and we want to give up. But our main job is to stay with this mindset of fabulousness and stay
I
with
love
this
that.
mindset, vibe that you're like, okay, I'm here today. I'm going to show up. I'm powerful. I have a message to say. I have people, I have lives to change, right?
Yeah,
So it's reminding myself that if I don't show up, who am I preventing from succeeding? Right?
yeah,
So it's doing this inner work. It's not easy, but it's so, so, so worth it.
worth it. Got it. Do you have any podcasts that you recommend, or do you just listen to a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything. There's no like one that I like more than the other. I always learn a lot from just listening to interviews and listening to other people's experiences. It's always really, really great.
Really great. That's awesome. And do you focus mostly on Facebook, or are you on Instagram, or what's your main you talked about, like, getting focused. What do you focus on the most?
So I'm mainly on Facebook, but I also love Instagram.
Yeah.
And you can find me at annapatricia.coach.
Okay.
And yeah, I basically, what I do to protect my energy and my focus is that I post everything on Facebook and I repurpose it on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's really, really easy, right?
Yeah. I get that, I get that. What made you some people are still trying to decide what platform is good for them. What made you choose Facebook specifically?
So, what I like to tell my client when choosing a platform is, where is your ideal client hanging out right now? Where do we know for sure, for certain, that they are hanging out in?
Oh, that's so
Um, and honestly, when I did my research, when I found all these amazing groups,
yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out here.
That's how I felt too. I was like, "What? Groups? What? Everyone's together? They're all in one spot? What?" I love hearing you say that because that's how I felt too. That's cool. So in your group, what do you guys focus on the most, as you're speaking?
Yeah, so I like to give free weekly trainings around social media, marketing, content, visibility, mindset, sales, packaging, product funnels, all the things, right? I love just to show up and be there for my group members. And also host these amazing challenges as well. It's been a blast. And I always give an opportunity. Like, I always pick a winner for like a free 30-minute session.
Oh, that's awesome.
And like, I just want to be there and serve.
Yeah,
So it's just been amazing.
that is
Yeah.
amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I've just loved my time here with you today. We do have to wrap up here soon. Is there anything else that we may have missed? I don't want to um, cut you off short. You have so much great value to share, and so if there's anything else that you'd like to just throw in there, we're open to hearing.
Yeah, just a reminder that anybody's watching this right now, live or on the replay, I don't know who's here. I just want to say hi. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for being here, for watching this. I hope you got value. If you have any questions, message me. Don't be afraid to message me. But I want to remind you that you are worthy, you are powerful, you matter, your story matters. And anything you set your mind to is possible. So if you have this business idea, if you started your business, if you feel stuck, if things are not going the way you want to, get the help, get support, get guidance from someone who's been there, who's been through it all, so you don't make the same mistakes, right?
Yeah.
That's another thing. I see people waiting for the perfect moment or waiting after they accomplish certain things. But what if you just listen to this nudge and take action today and get the help today? What amazing result you could get tomorrow,
I
right?
love
You just never know.
Yeah. And then for anyone who hopped on a little late, will you just explain the challenge one more time just so that they can really set it home and, really it
Yeah.
sounds like it's packed with value and you're not gonna like, you'll miss out not jumping in. So will you just explain that one more time?
Yeah, of course. So I'm hosting a free 3-day challenge September 7, 8, 9 around visibility. So we're going to cover everything you need to know around mindset, around showing up, how to be confident showing up, how to show up in your lives, how to write content that is highly converting, how to optimize your pages so people know exactly who you are, what you do, who you help, what you help them with. These are all the things you need to have in place and making sure it's in place to grow your audience and create those clients.
That's amazing. And you guys Anna, just being around you, like, just your confidence and clarity, I think alone will shift so many lives. And I know you have so much more value that you offer beyond that, but just being who you are, I think, that's part of why I'm so thankful you're here today as a part of this event is because you just have embodied and sat in this space to just help people. I think you're amazing at what you do.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yes,
Thank
of
you. Thank you
course.
so much for having me. It was a blast. I hope people learned something. I hope
Yes.
they got like a little shift or something they can go and implement. That's another thing I forgot to say because
Okay,
you
go
can
for it.
learn
Go
all
for
the things. You can get all the information and learn all the things, but if you don't go out there and implement, then what happens? Nothing
it. Yeah.
changes, right? So that's another thing that I'm really, really big on is always reminding people that go take action. What's your action set? Are you getting going? What's going on? Tell me. I don't know.
And people need that because when you're on your own and maybe you don't have a community of friends or maybe there's other things going on in your life, you need someone like you who's going to be like, hello, you're important too. Like, let's get going. So I
Yeah,
admire that.
exactly.
It's a great thing to have as well. Cool. Well, thank you again so, so much. I admire just how you're a heart of service with power and clarity, and that's what people need. So, you guys will have Anna's links, and we'll post your challenge link in here too so that people can access it. And again, just thank you so much for being here
Thank you
today.
so much again. Thank you for having me. And yeah, we stay in touch, okay?
That sounds good. Sounds wonderful. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye.